big story. We're tracking protests against Agnipath, the radical recruitment plan that has been announced for the armed forces. Today, protests broke out in several states. You can see across the country. In the north, in fact, you have protests taking place in Haryana, in UP, in Bihar. Protests for a second day turned violent. You have protests in Haryana and in Madhya Pradesh as well. And in Delhi, even a train was stopped. So there on your screens, you can see various incidents of violence and protests in Palwal, in Haryana. You also have in Rewari and various other places as well. Bulandshahr and Sikar in Rajasthan also saw a protest by army aspirants. Unnao in Uttar Pradesh as well, and in Meerut as well. So several parts in several states, these protests breaking out, largely in Bihar, UP, Haryana, Delhi. You had one protest, and in Rajasthan as well. And this is over the recruitment scheme that has been announced, Agnipath. In Bihar, as we said, the protest turned violent. A train was set on fire. Army aspirants disrupted rail and road traffic in several parts of Bihar for the second consecutive day. There you can see the train set on fire. In fact, 28 trains have been stopped today, according to a statement by the North Central Railways. And baton-wielding protesters smashed glass windows of Intercity Express train in Bhabua Road railway station and set a coach on fire. There in Gopalganj as well in Bihar, you can see a coach set on fire. At the railway station in Ara, the police had to resort to tear gas shelling to disperse a huge crowd of protesters who even pelted stones on the police, and one policeman was also injured in that. And there you can see aspirants also showing off their physical fitness. But take a look at that stone pelting, the police resorting to tear gas firing. In Jahanabad as well, students pelted stones. Several people, including cops, chased them. Cops also pointed their guns at protesters to scare them away. In one place, a BJP office was also set on fire. But in Nevada, the vehicle of BJP MLA Aruna Devi, who was on her way to court, was attacked by agitators who hurled stones at her car, leaving 5 people, including the MLA, injured.
आज हम लोग के साथ घटना हुआ। हम लोग आ रहे थे नवादा, और नवादा में हम लोग के पता नहीं था कि इस तरह के मैंने सब अच्छी धरना दिया हुआ है, चाहे तो ऊपर कर रहा है। हम लोग के पते नहीं था कि हल्ला हंगामा हो रहा है, तो हम नहीं आते। हम लोग अचानक आए, उसके बाद झंडा बोर्ड नोच के फेंक दिया और ईटा पत्थर बरसाने लगा पूरा। अभी भी ईटा जो है 3-4 गो गाड़ी के अंदर है, शीशा पूरा चूर दिया, बॉडी चूर दिया, गाड़ी के अंदर बांस है, और गार्ड के चोट लगा, ड्राइवर के लगा, हम लोग के लगा। इतना ने ईटा बरसाने लगा ने कि कुछ कह नहीं सकते।
And in Haryana, thousands of protesters laid siege to Haryana's in Palwal city, attacking the DC, the District Commissioner's office, and his residence. And the violent mob injured cops and set police vehicles ablaze as well. So there you can see where protesters laid siege to the DC's office. There was stone pelting and there was firing in response by the police. There you can see bricks being thrown in to the DC's residence, and at least 4 police vehicles, we're told, were set on fire in Palwal in Haryana. And in Delhi as well, anger over this new scheme. And there you can see this morning in Nangloi, where students blocked a train in the morning. So protests really taking place across the country, across several states, over the Agnipath scheme that was recently announced by the government, and many protesting that it's just a 4-year scheme, and what are they going to do after that? Many upset as they have been waiting for army recruitment for the last 2 years. It's been delayed because of COVID, and now some of the aspirants are not even eligible anymore as they have gone above the age limit. So a lot of frustration being expressed. Now Bihar Minister Vijender Yadav commenting on the protests that have taken place today in Bihar. Remember, in Bihar, the protest started yesterday itself, and he said the government should consult with the people.
भारत सरकार के को इस पर लोगों से राय लेनी चाहिए, लोगों के साथ बैठ के बात करनी चाहिए।
अपील करेंगे छात्रों से शांति बनाए रखें।
हम लोग इस पर कोई कमेंट नहीं करेंगे, क्योंकि भारत सरकार का मामला। हम लोग भी भारत सरकार से मांग कर रहे हैं कि जब विरोध हो रहा है तो उनके यूनियन वगैरह के साथ जो ग्रुप है उनके साथ बैठ करके लोग बात करें।